Hello, how you all doing, and welcome back to video number 2 of my Legends series, charting the early days of me getting tattooed and the people that tattooed me. Now, we covered Terry Dino, who was the first person to tattoo me, absolute legend, of course. So go back and watch that one if you haven't already. That was video number 1. Now, video number 2 is also an artist from Hayes, and it is the late, great Jack Zeek. Now, it's difficult to explain this, but I had a few tattoos done by Terry Dino. I think at about 4 by this point, 4 or 6 tattoos I had by him before we went on to visit Jack Zeek. Now, I still wasn't 18 at this point, and it was quite difficult to find where he was. Now, it was some of you will be watching this might know. Anyway, he was above a place called Cliffo's Odds and Sods, which was a shop. That was the shop front. But if you went round the back and down the alley behind the shop, there was an old motorbike. I think it was a motorbike with a sidecar. I can't remember exactly. And then you went up some stairs, and his studio was kind of in the, I guess, the flat above the shop, the Cliffo's Odds and Sods. Later on, of course, his studio moved downstairs, I presume into the shop or a shop next door or whatever it was. But anyway, so me and my friend, same friend that I got my first tattoos with, we decided to pop down there one day, and I think we went down there, and there was quite a queue in front of us, so we didn't get seen that day, but we planned to go back. Now, the thing for us was that we'd actually found where the studio was. There was no sat navs and stuff like that. We didn't have a map. We were just going by. We were sort of driving around asking people really on our mopeds there. So we found out where he was and planned to go back. And I think, if I remember rightly, it was a Saturday morning we went back. We got there really nice and early, and queued up. Now, I can't remember the times. Now, can you imagine this, right? See, these days, there's there are hundreds or maybe even thousands of artists. I mean, there's plenty of artists in every big city and quite a lot in the smaller towns, There's artists everywhere. There's almost, in some places, it's reached saturation point where there's more artists than you've got customers, sort of thing. So, and still they're taking on apprentices and diluting the industry, but that's a different matter. But yeah, so back in the day, of course, it was still a little bit taboo. Now, I'm going back to 1979, this was, and I was 17, 1979. And so we've gone there on a Saturday morning, and we've queued up, and if you were lucky, you were somewhere near the top of the stairs. I don't think we were first in the queue. I don't remember what time we got there. It's probably like 8:30 or something like that. So we got we were somewhere near the front of the queue. There was 2 or 3 in front of me and my friend. And I mean, can you imagine that now, though? People not booking, just queuing up for a tattoo. It just doesn't happen now. Maybe at a show, but at an actual studio, no. But anyway, these days it's all artists. So I'm fully booked till next year. But hang on, you only work 5 hours a day, 3 days a week. So yeah, of course you're fully booked. Anyway, I digress. So we're somewhere near the top of the stairs at this point, and there's a little young lad there. He comes out, and a little kid, and he's like, "Oh, anyone want a cup of tea?" They'd give you a cup of tea while you were in the queue. And Jack would come out and he'd go, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he'd count down the stairs. And, right, you're the last one I'm doing today. Maybe the 6th person or 8th person in the queue. I don't know. And yeah, so you got your cup of tea, and I'm going to tell you that the person that was making the tea back then was only a little lad. I don't know how old he was, but his name was, of course, Zeek, who very sadly has also passed away now. A total legend himself, in fact, and I will. I think I'll probably do a quick separate video on Zeek, because he did tattoo me a few times. Anyway, so at that point, he was just making the tea. He was not an apprentice because he was way too young. So he'd make the tea. Anyway, we were sat there, and it got to my turn, and there was Jack. You know, he was quite. It was quite. I don't know. It's quite frightening, really. He was, you know, larger than life figure, like, and we were all in awe of him already, and we hadn't been tattooed by him anyway. And he sat there, and so it's my turn next, and he's like, and he looks at me, you know, and he's like, "Are you 18?" I said, "Well, I've already got tattoos, you know." And he's like, "Look, I don't give a shit about that. Are you 18?" Looking at me in the face, I said, yeah, I am 18, yeah." And he, "Right, sit down then, son," you know, because I can't even remember what he said at that point. But anyway, yeah, you know, full respect to him. He did his due diligence, so to speak, and I didn't bottle out, and lo and behold, sat down, got tattoos. So I got 2 from him that first time, and they were, there's a swallow there with Mum, and there's a swallow on that arm with buried under all this blue stuff there. There's a swallow there with Dad. So I got my Mum and Dad swallows, and I was very proud of them. They hurt like mad, and as usual, you know, we all thought, oh God, you know, thank God the outline's over with, the shading doesn't hurt. Well, bloody well did. But anyway, yeah, so that was that. That was the first visit, and first of many, because I went back. He did a shark on one leg, like a bat, and a skull on the other, and he'd done. Let me think what else he did. He did lots of skulls and stuff like that. And then on my 10th tattoo, of course, you've got the, where's it hiding? There it is. I had to think where it was then. The WLTC, the West London Tattoo Club Dragon. That was the 10th tattoo that he did by me, and very proud that I've got that. I'm sure that he did a lot of them, and there's a lot of people that are proud of that membership, if you like, that they'd been tattooed that many times. I'm sure it was he'd had to have done 10 tattoos, or you had 10 tattoos. No, it must have been he'd done 10 on you, because I'd had 10 by him at that point. I'd made sure of it, like, you know, and I'm pretty sure that was the 10th one. I can't even remember how much it was. It wasn't a lot of money, and it was a very cool little design there. And it never took him long at all. He did, in fact, use rotaries, actually, way back then, you know. And yeah, great. Cliffos, odds and sods, fantastic times. And I tell you what, I'm gonna cover Zeek in this video, because I've, you know, a couple more minutes. So over the years, like I say, Sean was tattooing with his dad. Now this was, and I'm going back to 1986, and it was the 3rd of November 1986. Now you think, hell, how does he remember that date? Well, I'll tell you, because I've got it tattooed here, and Sean tattooed it on there for me. And you know what? fair play to him. I went in there, my wife had just had our second son, and at Hillingdon Hospital there, and I thought, you know what, on the way home, I'm going to pop in, because I lived in Hayes, I'm going to pop in and see them and see if they've got space and if he can tattoo me with it, like, you know. And they were all, you know, oh, congratulations, son, you know, brilliant, brilliant. And Sean was like, yeah, sit down, sit down. And I just wanted his name. It's Ricky. Ricky's my son's name, and his date of birth. And he wouldn't take any money off me for it. Oh, brilliant. What an absolute star. Oh, it's sort of, I don't know, a little bit emotional about that for some reason. Special people, special someone who does that. Yeah, great. Fair play with him. Now, he did tattoo me quite a lot of times, actually. He did a lot of these swirls. They were actually black, these swirls. I've had them done as blue since, but he did a lot of that filling in, and a lot of little. He did a little tiny little dragon there. He did completely freehand. Never put a stencil on or anything. Just did that, and just little gap fillers and bits and pieces he did on me over a period of time that he was down there. And I never got tattooed by him when he was over in Watford and round that way with his own studio or anything like that. But I did bump into him several times at I think it was mostly at the Portsmouth tattoo show. The Tony Bennett, Stevie Willits one, and yeah, bumped into him and chatted, and yeah, lovely guy, humble bloke, great. I reminded him of that, you know, and I thanked him and everything, and he'd seen the machines that I build as well, because I'd been in touch with him on Facebook, and I said, you know, I said to him, look, I'll build you a machine, you know, and he said, well, can you build one with he preferred a different type of vice clamp. Now I can't remember for the life of me who it was that was building the machines that he liked, but you know what, I make my base plates a certain way, and that's the way I did it. And I said, well, no, I do mine this way, but you know, I'll make you one of my machines. Just, you know, you can have it. I'm not going to charge you for it at all. I mean, bloody hell, he did, you know, a favour owed sort of thing. But he declined, you know, because he had a specific type of machine that he used. I wish I could remember the name of the builder. Maybe somebody out there remembers the name of the machines that you know what, might have been Kev Shercliffe. Might have been Kev Shercliffe's machines, thinking about it. I think it was. So I thought, okay, well, you know, I said, you know, the offer stands. If you ever want one, you know, I'll build it for you. You can have it. But he never took me up on it. But fair play. You know, everybody has their own favourite stuff, and I know Kev's built awesome stuff over the years. So fair play to him as well. And yeah, so that was the that's kind of like the whole story around the Jack Zeek and the late great Jack Zeek and the late great and also another legend, Sean Zeek. Both legends, both absolutely legendary status. They are massively missed. I know that for a fact. You know, Sean had thousands of followers, I would imagine, because he was that good. So that's pretty much it. That was it on the Zeek side of things. Excellent. It was good fun remembering that. And well, I hope you've enjoyed this. Like, share, subscribe, or just thumbs up, or whatever it is down below or above, or wherever the buttons are. And much appreciated if you could, please. Get me numbers up and all that. And another video very soon. Video number 3 in the Legend series will be uploaded very shortly. Meanwhile, stay safe, look after yourselves, and take care. Catch you soon.